Dear Nigerian youth, on this day, the 12th of June 2021, I say to you, thank you. Thank you for standing for us. Thank you for filling the gap. Thank you for being there for Niger. Thank you for refusing to be intimidated. Thank you for going on in spite of all the attacks and all the intimidation that has come from the Nigerian government. Thank you for standing firm. Thank you for throwing away the generational hatred that has kept us behind and kept us divided. Thank you. A good number of you are angry that there are some people, also youth, who were mobilized to come and counter the protest that you did. There's no need to be angry at them. The anger should be directed at those who have weaponized poverty and also weaponized illiteracy. And they're deliberate about it. And this anger that is directed at them should never be anger of just feelings. No. We should learn from them. It is time that not just the youth, but every Nigerian that loves Nigeria, that wants a great nation, it is time for us to learn from our politicians and learn from those in government. They say if you can't beat them, you join them, right? But you join them in the right way and do the right thing. There are many people, whether we like it or not, whose stomachs, sort of like make sure it is their stomach that, how do I put it now, that controls the way they think. You can't blame them. You can't tell a dying man not to take whatever is thrown at that person. You can't tell someone who is hungry not to eat the food that is given to them, no matter how rotten it is. And so, it is time also to begin to ask questions, and it is time also to begin to make demands. Not just demands from the government, but demands from those that you help too. What do I mean by this? Remember that the politician will give 500 naira, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 and take over a man's thumbprint or a woman's thumbprint. And the rest of the time, you are the one that pay the school fees, you are the one that pay hospital bills, you are the one that send money for food, you are the one that is being called upon when there's sickness or there's no money to eat or whatever it is. Sometimes you get those texts in the middle of the night. They call you again and again and again and again, so repeated in calling you. Sometimes you feel so overwhelmed by the number of texts that are coming in from people and also the number of calls that are being sent to you and the number of texts that are coming because of different people asking for help. But have you ever asked them what is their political inclination? Have you ever asked them who are they voting for? Have you ever asked them what choices do they make when they're voting? Have you ever taken time out to educate them and know the impact of the votes that they are selling? It is time that you and I begin to ask the people that will help, what decisions are they making? We have never bothered to ask them about their political engagement. We have never bothered to ask them about what it is that they're doing. We just look the other way. So we should take responsibilities too and begin to educate them on the impact of what they do. Whether they come out to support government that is a tyranny, that it's brutal on the citizen, that has meted out a lot of hardship and what it means. And also whether they are voting them back into office or whatever it is they're doing. It is time that we also begin to ask questions. It is time that we also begin to educate the populace. It is time that we also, that illiteracy that is being weaponized, that poverty that is being weaponized, and then the problem is being heaped upon us. It is time we begin to enlighten them on what is the consequences of their action and ensure that the people that we are helping, that we're taking care of, that we are paying their school fees, we have an influence over who they vote for. It's a circle of influence. Every one of us has it. There are people who look upon us. There are people who go the way we do. The direction we take is what they take. There are people when we sit them down, and when we sit and talk to them, we must not talk to them in a condescending manner. We must talk to them in a respectful manner as fellow citizens. Citizens with the same right, because we all have the same thumbprint. It is time for us to begin to do all of this. We cannot continue to sit down and watch the government continuously destroy our country with us doing nothing by using our fellow citizens whom they have ensured are in poverty, who they have ensured are illiterate, and continue to weaponize their poverty and illiteracy. You and I have a lot of work to do, and we must roll up our sleeves and do all of this work. You and I must ensure that we have people who understand the relationship between governance and their lives, and the relationship between the votes that they make and the impact on life. People that will understand that when they do not get jobs, when they go to hospitals and there are no drugs, when people die from accidents on roads that should have been dualized but have not been dualized, that it is not witches and wizards, it is not enemies, but bad governors that have continuously held us down. When their children leave school and don't get jobs, that they should know it is not old men and women in the villages that have ensured that their children do not get jobs. It is not their fellow human beings, their fellow citizens that have truncated their destiny, but it is a government that has refused to do the needful for the people to have truly a democracy, a government that works for all, that had refused the people good governance, accountability, and transparency. It is time for you and I to get to work. Thank you. Thank you, Nigerian youth, for standing for us. Thank you for being there for us. Thank you for taking on the baton and being greater. You will be greater by the grace of God. Nigeria must work in our lifetime. Thank you.